Ravens to win by 2 or more is the DraftKings Sportsbook Super 6 question of the week. Current number here, Baltimore -1, total of 48. So seems like there's been a little bit of money here maybe on Dallas.
Yeah, I'm afraid to fade Baltimore because they're in such a desperate spot. And yeah, I think if you're Baltimore right now, I mean, you'd kill for 2-3, which is you can't sign for 1-4, but it's probably some. I don't know that they'll be 0-5 after 5 weeks, but somewhere between 2-3, 1-4, 1-4 is probably the most likely outcome here. I'd probably look towards an over because, like John mentioned, the Dallas defense got torched. I think Baltimore will get their points, and if you watch Baltimore, that was such a bad loss last week. You're up 10 at home, fourth quarter against Gardner Minshew, and for a good team that's well coached, they have a hell of a lot of these collapses. It was last year against Minshew with the Colts where they collapsed. So very strange how they just fold in these games. I think you could throw it on Baltimore. I think we're seeing the loss of McDonald, the defensive coordinator from last year, is is a factor. I could certainly see a 30-27, 33-30 last team with the ball kind of game. So I would look towards an over here.
I think you're on the right track there, Will, because Baltimore's defense has had just a massive sort of talent dump or brain dump, right?
Yeah.
They've had coordinators leave, coaches leave, and players leave, right? They've had, look, eventually you can't play, you can't pay everyone, right? And they have not been able to replace the players that they've left. And also, I think, guys, their offensive line is still a question mark to me. And they're now going on the road. Can they score with the offensive line? Absolutely. But the one thing I worry about in this game for Baltimore is Dallas's defense was soft last week. Let's call it what it is. The Saints ran them over. And they're not a soft defense. And your pride gets hurt. And so I think Dallas's defense is going to play much better. And if they play to their capabilities, I do think Baltimore can struggle to move the ball with that offensive line on the road. We saw them have some offensive line issues against Kansas City on the road. They're still sort of figuring out right tackle. That's my concern about sort of the over and the Ravens in this game is if Dallas, if defensively plays to their capabilities, Baltimore is going to have a tough time scoring. The X factor always is Lamar, right? Because Lamar is his ability to use his legs and move around the field. I would still lean over here.